All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Guard Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. It is Thursday, January 4th, 2024. As you know, we're still in the middle of a short week. So, again, just watching the headlines, being very tactical on what we do. No need to rush into anything. Let's go ahead and go over what happened overnight and this morning. Dow futures are up 80 points. Nasdaq down 0.46%. The S&P 500 down 0.07%, pretty flat. The Russell's down 0.43%, 1968. 10-year Treasury yields 3.991, still below 4%. Dollar index is slightly red, 102.44. The VIX is slightly green, up 0.85% at 1416. Crude oil is up 73.17, up 0.66%. Gasoline futures are down this morning, $2.15, down 0.17%. Gold 2047, up 0.21%. Silver 2308, that's down 0.31%, and copper down 0.88% at $3.82. Keeping it moving here on the Forex side. Euro dollar up 26 pips, 109.45. 144.57 up 126 pips for the dollar yen. Dollar Canadian dollar is flat but green, 133.58. Pound dollar 126.74 up 10, rather flat. Bitcoin futures are up 43,750, up 1.5%, with Ethereum up 0.65%. Good morning. There we go, around the horn. Let's go over some headlines this morning, and then we'll take a look at some pre-market movers. Again, if you are interested in joining the blog, make sure to take a look at the description box below. We'd be glad to have you. Good morning, bloggers, as I wrote. ADP national employment is their private payrolls, 164,000 versus the 115 expected. So again, the labor market is still strong. Amazon shares fall 1.1%, pre-market set to extend losses for a fourth straight day. Peloton partnership to have a new fitness hub on TikTok. So we're going to chart that here in a second. Redfin reports home buyers monthly payments dropped to lowest level in nearly a year, bringing back some house hunters. The median house payment is now down nearly $400 from its October peak, enticing some sideline buyers to get back in the game. Redfin's demand index, which measures early stage demand, is up 10% from a month ago. And again, we talked about how important rates are to homes. We talked about the top 10 stocks of 2024. We included the home builders, 8XHB. If you're interested in that video, make sure to take a look at our video content. We posted that, I believe, 2 days ago. We got more videos coming. I'm going to explain that here in a second. The analyst cites valuation concerns. Okay, this is for Apple. Apple Piper Sandler downgrades to neutral from overnight, 205 from 220. Again, this is nothing new. We talked about Apple. We just talked about multiple expansion. Nothing really changed. Flat sales. It's, again, expensive. Nothing against Apple. If you own it, keep it. You don't have to trade it. But the idea is that we're going to get a pullback on Apple just for the fact that it's just expensive and nothing has really changed there. Once we get the Apple Vision headset, maybe we can start taking a look. But again, I've been looking at Apple and there's really nothing there to really go long on. Not yet anyways, but we'll chart it here in a second. Here's the quote from Piper Sandler. The analyst cites valuation concerns and broader handset and macro weakness in the first half of 2024 for the downgrade. The firm is starting 2024 with a cautious stance on semiconductors, believing that the first half of the year will be challenging for the analog market, handset, and consumer end products. For Apple, Piper is concerned about handset inventories entering the year and feels that its growth rates have peaked for unit sales. A deteriorating macro environment in China could also weigh on Apple's handset business, contends the firm. Not the best news for the stock. U.S. initial jobless claims. This is important. This is every Thursday. 202,000 claims. Forecast was 216,000. The previous was 218. So again, still a strong labor market. Why doesn't the market like this? Well, for the fact that, hey, we're not going to probably get those cuts that we wanted in March. If the labor market is still strong, really the Fed would want to cut if things start going downhill. Again, they want to react to fix things. They're not going to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed yet. So again, we'll keep an eye on what the Fed does, obviously, in that March rate decision. As we get closer with more CPI data, more labor data, we have NFP on Friday, we'll start getting more hints. But as of right now, the most important thing at least to the market right now, is valuation on mega caps, which are expensive, as we know. And then, of course, we have the Fed. The Fed, are they going to cut rates? Are they going to cut rates as much as people want, as deep as people want, and of course, as quick as people want, right? So if the labor market is strong, the Fed is probably going to drag its feet a little bit, since again, labor demand is still going, and that's still inflationary. People working, people consuming, that's inflationary, guys. Continued claims, 1.855 million, 1.881 million was the forecast, so that was above expectations. Upgrades and downgrades are in the pre-market plan. Again, if anyone is interested, that is on the Guard News Network here on the Discord. Peloton up 8.6% pre-market. Spikes on a deal with TikTok. We talked about that. I talked about a potential high beta squeeze candidate, Peloton being. Let's keep an eye at the gap fill at 693. We will chart that. But as a, I'm going to round it out here. Jobless claims. Continuing claims fall to their lowest level since mid-November using the 2017 seasonal adjustment factors. Probably a better comp according to Econ Burger. They fell to their lowest since 2017, as you can see the continuing claims. Meta up 0.1% this morning. Mark Zuckerberg sold $428 million worth of Meta stock at the end of 2023. Who knows if he needs to buy a new jet? Grayscale just filed registration of securities with the SEC for its spot Bitcoin ETF. That's been the whole move on Bitcoin. Is the ETF? Do we get it? Let's see. In terms of yesterday, we did catch Citibank. 71%. We left a runner. That stock is green pre-market, a couple of points. So again, good exit. It is for January 19th. I got a couple of runners. That's 4 in a row in terms of trading. Again, guys, it was a short week. We're 2 for 2. I feel great. My goal here, guys, is to make sure we don't lose any trades. We're going to make this easy for everybody, where you get in, you get your money, and you move on. And again, tactical. This year, I want to get at least 80% win-loss, meaning every 10 trades, we win 8 of them. That's my goal. And a little higher. My personal goal, I know probably crazy, is 90%. 9 out of 10. 9 winners out of every 10. I think we could do it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and preface that by saying I still have the spreadsheet. We're going to go over on video. This is going to be a great video. I hope everyone turns on notifications. Why? Because we're going to go and recap the whole trading year of 2023 in options. We're going to go by quarter. We're going to go by month. We're going to show you step by step how we do things and the results. And this would be a great video for anyone who's still kind of on the fence of either joining the group or maybe even getting on the actual server to see how we do things, the ups and downs, the left and the rights, how things move seasonally, how we were resilient coming back from tough weeks, some really amazing weeks, kind of give a context for those who are annual plan holders to see how we do a whole year in comparison to just 1 week or a month or so. So that's going to be a great video that will be coming. I'm still waiting for my microphone to come in, so I'm using different headphones. Hopefully this works for everybody. But once I get that mic, we're going to get that video up. Still got the recap of the week. That's going to be done this weekend. We still have our macro 2024 market preview. That's coming. Investment Club, I got a video coming out for y'all. It's all great things. So right now, the focus will be the video going over 2023 in trading. That is coming. Turn on notifications so you don't miss it. It will be a public video for everyone. Okay, let's go to pre-market movers. All right. We'll see what's moving and what's shaking and what's losing and what's not working. Amazon down this morning. Apple down this morning. Semiconductors, Intel, Taiwan's, Texas Instruments is down. On semiconductors down, Qualcomm, AMD, Nvidia just went red. Google and Meta both red. Oh, Google just went green. Tesla's up 2.8. Well, now Tesla's down 0.16. This one's changing all the time. Energy is green. Healthcare. Healthcare we talked about. Important. I like healthcare this year. We're going to talk about that on our preview for 2023. Home Depot is up, Berkshire Hathaway, so on and so forth. Let's break it down a little bit. I'm going to go to pre-market quotes investing. A little easier than that heat map. We're going to go to the Dow and see what's doing well this morning. Let's let it load. All right, what's up this morning? Verizon is up 1.28%. Boeing is up 0.15%. Disney up 0.29%. Merck is up 0.72%. Microsoft is flat. Nike down 1.5%. Apple down 1%. Intel down 3.4%. Walgreens down 3%. If you remember, we closed Intel last year, 2023, on some calls. So well done to the team. We made our profit there. Tesla is red. Okay, so that heat map is wrong. Tesla is down 0.18%. Micron up 1%. Amazon down nearly 2%. What else is moving here? Nvidia up 0.24% this morning. So Pfizer is slightly green, 0.05%. Let's see. Alphabet is red. PayPal's red. We talked about Micron. Anything else on the Nasdaq that I can see? Nope. That's out of the majors. That's kind of that's the ones that are all moving this morning. So there we go. Let's see if we got any questions this morning. Good morning, Ryan. So not a lot of people this morning. Totally cool, guys. I know you guys have tons of questions. We're going to chart a couple of things, but again, the video coming out next will be the recap of 2023. I know the video that everyone wants is the preview of 2024. That is coming. We're going to go over the macro together. We're going to go over some stocks together. We're going to go over the seasonality together and what's to come. It's going to be an important video for everyone to watch because last year when we did it, we hit it nail on the head. Lower dollar, lower inflation, lower rates. Let's prepare you for 2024. Again, it's a short week. It's only been 4 days, 4-day week to start the year. Right now, not a lot of people are even back in the office yet. Let's be real. Kids are not even back at school. To me, the year really starts on Monday. That's how I see it because that's a full week. And then, of course, we have Dr. Martin Luther King Day on the 15th. That is a holiday for everybody. So we get a little bit of a reprieve and then we move on until February for President's Day. So that's the holiday sense. SMH, let's take a look at the semiconductors. One of the top names of 2023 did not make the list of 2024, not because I hate it, but again, we're looking for other kinds of value. So what is the next level of support? 161.43. That is the retest of the previous highs here in July. Now, the point is to see if we can hold. It's right above the 50, so let's use the 50 DMA as our support at 159.76. If you're somebody that's looking for an entry, again, a technical basis here by the dip kind of scenario, you're taking a look at right around 160 as your target. So let's take a look at Peloton. We talked about Peloton this morning. I said a potential squeeze candidate. Why? There's a gap to fill at 693. Now you have two options of playing this. We can get above 6 and play the 7s, or we can get above 6.5 and play the 7s. 6.5 would probably be the most prudent, but again, at 585 this morning, we just need to get to 650. So if we can get to around let's say 667, right around there, we can play the 7s. But again, that's with volume. Again, it's a squeeze candidate, possible, I can't say lotto, but a real fast mover. Peloton's on the watch list for now, until we break that. Apple, we talked about the previous all-time highs. We talked about that 50-day sliced. Now this is the fib here of 786. Kind of a double top here, possibly. Your next target is 182. Again, the only reason I did not short this is for the fact that we have a short week. And again, we already got 2 on the board for premium. So I don't want to rock the boat. Again, short weeks, we didn't do as well in 2023. Again, we don't want to lose. We want to get that 80% win loss. That means not putting risk when it doesn't need to be. I have no problem shorting Apple, but again, I want to wait and see if we get continuation. The level to really take a look at is 182.29 or 34, excuse me. That's the 100-day moving average. If that breaks down, you're talking about possible 180s. We could do the 180 puts for next week, maybe. We will see, but again, I think we can go into Monday fresh, taking a look at everything. No need to rush, but Apple definitely more downside. Possibly 179, 180 is the target. You do have a gap to fill to the upside. So when you do have these kind of pullbacks and everything, you get snapback relief rallies, short term. It happens, but we're going to keep an eye on it moving forward. Let's see. Thoughts on Target as a dip buy? You're talking about TGT. Okay, let's take a look at it. TGT is right at the 20. That is not a bad place to start taking a look at a possible dip buy. Why? Because it's using the previous resistance as now support. Really, that's really it. If you kind of want to squeeze a little more, you're taking a look at 133.85 to possibly 130. Again, you could always dollar cost average. The big worry here is this earnings gap to fill at 112.56. So again, is that a possibility? Absolutely. Things can get ugly in a hurry. But with the labor market being where it is, I don't expect that to happen. If people are working, that means people are shopping, and Target's going to do well. So if you kind of want to throw a little nugget here at 138.67, go for it, or around the 138 level, maybe 135. Technically speaking, that seems to be probably the best tactical way to play it. Or you can wait a little bit more for 146. That's that slight gap fill on the daily, and that would confirm the upside move. We have up to 208. That's our target. This is our money target right here, guys. $208. That's what we're looking for. AMD sitting on the 50% fib. If it holds, should we buy? I don't have the 50% fib depending on what the time frame you're looking at. Maybe the hourly. We're right at the 20-day. So really for me, what I'm looking for, if we do break below here, 132.85, again, that was the previous resistance. That'll be our support, technically speaking. 132.85, that breaks. I'm just going to hit the 130s, to be honest. I would do the 130s, and we could play all the way down to the 50 at 122.48. So keep an eye there. But again, let's place the alert here at 132.85. That will be part of the watch list. I like AMD. So AMD to the downside, we can make money up or down, guys. The idea is, do we get the breaks that we want? Lilly, really strong. Again, healthcare, that's something I'm going to talk about on the preview of the year. Healthcare, guys, healthcare and banks, what I've done well, we've been talking about this on the note. Healthcare, we talked about Pfizer, we talked about the banks. I really like the banks, and I really like small caps. I know they've been getting smoked lately, I know, but healthcare, that's biotech. This is going to go. Again, with the rotation. The problem with Eli Lilly is that it's near all-time highs. And it's really hard to do technical analysis on all-time highs because we don't know what resistance will be. It could be the heavens for all we know. So with that being said, you do have a gap to fill here at 592. That's the only thing that worries me. That 630 level might be resistance. We're right near it, and we have the gap to fill here. And you can see most of these gaps have been filled except for that one here at 558. And you got a huge earnings gap here at 455. So again, I wouldn't buy at all-time highs. Sorry, I'm sure Eli Lilly's great. If you want to trade it, be very, very expensive. I think what you should do is think of it as you're a buyer of a major, let's say, of a car. You want to kind of look at different dealerships for prices. That's what we would do for Lilly, is to find the price that we want. Or you could just buy that market and just let it ride. Everyone's different. But if you want to squeeze out at least a little bit of a good price, kind of haggle, let's just say, then you're putting your limit order possibly at 600. Save yourself the $30. If not, maybe 558. Now, the point is, do we get there? We'll see. There's momentum, obviously, on Lilly. So that's the only risk, that you may not even get there. So again, 630 being resistance. As long as it kind of pulls back a little bit, fills this gap, we can hold 575. That's not a bad level either. But it's really hard to do any kind of technical analysis on names that are all-time highs. JPM as well. JPM, we know, we love. But I can't do technical analysis at all-time highs. I mean, where's your next resistance? Unless you do the Fibonacci extensions. Fair. If anything, on JPM, in terms of options, I'd rather play the other banks like a Citibank. Again, we're still targeting 54, 57. If that breaks out, we'll take a look at possible more upside. So maybe some unusual activity. But Citibank, we hit yesterday. I got a couple of runners. It's a beautiful setup. There's other banks that are doing well. It doesn't have to be JPM in terms of trading. A Bank of America above 34.57. That's what I'm looking for about $1 away. We could play that as well. Goldman Sachs needs to break above 390. And if that breaks, we'll play the 400s, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But JPM, I'm going to have to put on the side there because it's just already at all-time highs. Thoughts on MicroStrategy and Mara. So MicroStrategy is just expensive in terms of the price, in terms of trading options on it. So MSTR, again, I have no issue with it. It's a Bitcoin proxy. In terms of target, you're taking a look at 892 for anyone that cares. You got a couple of gaps to fill at 531. But we're going to go ahead and focus on Mara. All right, let's go to Mara on the 1 hour. I got an alert at 2801. If that breaks, I'll target 30 to around 32. but we're not there yet. So what are we looking for more downside? I know I have a bunch of yellow lines on the screen, but there's a reason why I have it. 1835 is support. I know that's a pretty low support. Let's take a look at the 4 hour so we can give ourselves a little bit of context here. Get above this level here at 2801. I like it for more upside. Obviously, headlines, this name is volatile. So again, I think we should just take our time. And then what I expect, I know, crazy, it's going to be a sell the news event. Once that BTC ETF spot index or spot ETF is done, I fully expect it'll be a sell the news event. So everyone is buying the rumors, is going to sell the news. So let's just take a breath. We don't need to jump all over it. We know, got Bitcoin, we've traded Mara all in 2023. We're going to give ourselves some time, let the headlines roll in, let that digest, use price action as our leader. And as of right now, there is nothing to do on Mara. As of right now, anyways. Sorry to say. And again, guys, it's a short week. Volume isn't exactly gangbusters, as we know. Some people probably not even in the office right now. So we'll see what we get moving forward. But there is going to be some opportunities, guys. Don't let this week kind of fool you into being like, oh, is this how it's going to be in 2024? Nah, we got a lot more to go. And I'm fully confident that we're going to go higher. Even though the Santa rally didn't do as well as people thought. Remember, the last 3 days plus the first 2 days, the first couple of days of this year have been tough. But this is what happens when you have a November that was to remember. The best return for bonds and stocks in like 38 years, 40 years. December was strong too. You're going to get a pullback, guys. It's just the reality. Volatility is the price of admission for investment returns. That was from Ryan Dietrich. It was a really great quote. I love that. And in terms of S&P 500 for the futures guys, we're right on the 20. If you break 4738, then we can start taking a look at 4700 as a target. The problem tomorrow is NFP, non-farm payroll report. So let's see what we get there. But we do have a futures rollover gap right around 4620. How perfect. It was the exact resistance back in July. So we're going to take our DeLorean, our time machine, and get back to July of last year and how much we rolled higher. We're going to recheck that. That's the goal. We're going to recheck that. That would be probably like a 2% haircut from the top, maybe 3%. Not bad. We can take advantage of that. And I'm very excited for it. But again, just a short week. What can we do? So we'll take our time. We'll get the things that we need to get. And step by step, block by block, we'll do the best we can to make it an amazing 2024. All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. I will see you guys on the Discord. Maybe I'll do on the radio with Nick later today. Again, the video regarding the recap of 2023 and all the trades, that is coming. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Have a great rest of your morning. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Cheers all.